We have cauliflower. Thanks to you guys for voting on the cauliflower recipe. As you may know, on my Instagram, I did say that cauliflower gnocchi is something I've never made before, so this is gonna be a treat. We are learning how to make it together. All of the recipes that I found when I was doing my research for this recipe all ask for the same ingredients, and they're all made pretty much the same way. So we are going to see how it goes. All recipes call for about 5 cups of cauliflower. That's probably medium to large head of cauliflower. So basically what we're going to do is break the cauliflower to little florets. So we're gonna do this with the whole thing. We'll place them in a bowl. I'm gonna get a knife because clearly my hands aren't strong enough. So we're just gonna cut the cauliflower into little pieces that will fit in the food processor. So we just broke it down into small pieces, and now we're going to attempt to fit everything into this food processor, and we're going to pulse it until it's nice little bitty pieces. All right. Okay. Basically, you want it nice and fine like this. Kind of like sand. Cauliflower has a lot of water in it. It's very moist. I was going to say the word moist. Cauliflower speaks moistly to me. Oh, I crack myself up. You're going to transfer all of it into a microwavable bowl. The reason why I chose the microwave versus boiling is, to me, I feel like if you're trying to get all the moisture out of cauliflower, why submerge it in water to boil it? I feel like that's just making it have more water in it. So, okay, so now that this is nice and fine, we are going to place paper towel over top of the cauliflower, and we are going to microwave it 5 minutes. So we're gonna go to the microwave. Okay, it's been 5 minutes in the microwave, and I feel like it might need a little bit more. I think it's lying to me. Cooked the cauliflower. I did it for 5 minutes and then kind of tested it, and it still felt a little hard for me, so I put it in for another 2 minutes. Okay, so now what we want to do is you got to cool it down. So you place it on a baking sheet lined with burning parchment paper. It's got to be an easier way for this. Spread it out. The reason why we do this is the more surface area, the faster it'll cool down. We are going to let this cool down completely, and then we're going to squeeze out the excess moisture. Once the cauliflower was cooled down, we've transferred it over to a dish towel, clean dish towel, and basically just over a bowl, we are squeezing out all the excess moisture. And this can take some time because there is quite a bit of water in the cauliflower, and you want to make sure you get absolutely every single drop. If you have extra strength, aka a husband, you can have him help you get the excess water out. But I'm pretty strong. So we're just gonna keep doing this until we get all the water out, and then we will go on to our next step. So we put the dry cauliflower into the food processor. Now I'm adding 2 egg yolks to my gnocchi. There's a great debate on to egg yolk or not to egg yolk with gnocchi. And the reason why I'm adding egg yolk is because with egg yolk, it gives it more structure. It's less likely to fall apart in the water when you boil them. It's a little bit easier to handle. And I think for the first time making cauliflower gnocchi, I should probably do it that way. You can put that in. If you're vegan, you don't have to put the egg yolks in. So there's options for you, but I'm putting egg yolks in. So we're going to start with like half a cup of flour. You don't want to add too much flour, so gradually add it in. And then we're gonna turn this sucker on. We added half a cup of flour. It's combining together. If you push down on it, it sticks together. So we're gonna throw this on a floured surface, lightly floured. You don't want to flour it too much, just enough to make a dough. So we're gonna just knead this into a dough ball, and then we're going to roll it into ropes and cut it. So this is still pretty wet, so I'm gonna add another just a little bit of flour. Okay, so you just want to continue to knead it until it feels good. And of course, if you're not adding egg to yours, you won't need as much flour. I'm gonna make it into a ball. Meanwhile, I've got some water boiling behind me. So we're gonna cut this into 4s, and we're going to roll it into a rope. Okay, and then we're just gonna cut them about an inch pieces. I just cut myself again. Now you can keep them like this, just these little pillows, or you can roll them with a fork. These are my little beautiful little gnocchis. When you add egg, it does make it a little bit more dense than if you weren't to use the egg. If you don't make gnocchi all the time and this is your first time, it might be easier for you to add the egg because it's easier to handle. If you want to leave them like this, you can, as I mentioned, or you can roll them with a fork so it gives it the little ridges. Okay, we have a pot of water boiling. We're gonna add these cauliflower gnocchis to the water. And once they float, we're gonna transfer them back onto the baking sheet, and then we're going to saute them in some butter. And everything's better with butter, as they say. Andale, andale. All right, we're gonna add this to the water, like so. Water is salted as well. Should taste like the sea, as they say. And we're gonna let these cook until they float to the surface. Can't wait to try one. It's my first ever cauliflower gnocchi. And it was actually quite easy to make, really. 1 head of lettuce, microwave, strain it. What? Did I say lettuce? Head of cauliflower. You can't make gnocchi lettuce gnocchi. Anyways, it seems to be very simple and straightforward. We'll just see if it passes the taste test. Okay, so they're starting to float now. You can do it with any sauce that you prefer. You can do a marinara, you can do a vodka sauce, you can do pesto, you can do brown butter, you can top it with burrata. I mean, the world's your oyster, really. Okay, look at them. So we're gonna remove them from the water, and I'm gonna start toasting these bad boys up. Okay, so we're browning up some butter here, and I'm just gonna toss these guys into the butter and get these guys nice and crisp. So just leave them, don't touch them, leave them in the pan if you want to crisp them up on one side without moving them. That's how you get them brown on the other side. Okay, you can start to smell with brown butter, you can smell that nuttiness, and we're just gonna toss them up. They're nice and golden, and these guys are good to go. So I've shut this off. We're gonna add some fresh basil and a good helping Parmesan cheese, some freshly cracked pepper, and I bet you this is gonna be the bomb. Let's dive in and see how they taste. Ooh, it's hot. That is good. Oh. Very hot though. Maybe wait until it's not. All right, it's a success. I'm gonna continue to eat my gnocchi, cauliflower gnocchi. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Thank you for watching.